So we have the teams ready, we have the jury ready. Is that so? Is that correct? Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And we have a second block of final presentation of the third EuroTeQaThon ahead. And let us start with the team that moves us into the health sector. The team TestWell from Tallinn University of Technology aims to reduce number of medical laboratory tests.
Hello, everybody. We are TestWell. My name is Isabel, and this is Merit. Merit has been working as a lab specialist in Estonian hospitals for more than 10 years now. One lab specialist produced as much waste as 15 people in their everyday life. And this is the amount of plastic waste that Merit produced in just 4 days of laboratory work. So, as you can see, laboratory testing produces a lot of plastic waste. And here we face a serious problem. In Estonia, more than 25% of laboratory tests are being unnecessarily duplicated. And that's just not in Estonia. Redundant tests are a worldwide issue, costing 84 billion euros every year, with 14% on duplicate testing as an average global rate. 14% is the amount that is not need to be done every year. Moreover, generating laboratory tests creates 5.5 million tons of plastic waste every year. And TestWell is going to solve the solution by tackling the biggest reason why tests are being duplicated. Doctors do not have the time or the tools to do it. So, how does it work? Technologically-wise, it is a plugin that is being integrated into the hospital information system, which is being used for producing lab tests. So, when a doctor orders a test, TestWell will send request queries to the health information system by asking 2 questions. One, has this test been done? And secondly, when was this test done? When both of these questions are positively passed through the rules predefined for the time frequency of the tests, the doctor can continue on ordering the test without even noticing the TestWell is running in the background. But if those questions aren't positively passed through, TestWell will portray the result and the date of the last test on the screen as a pop-up to the doctor with a question, do you want to proceed? Here you can see the Estonian health information system in the hospital. And when a doctor orders the lab tests and submits the referral, TestWell will notify when a test is being duplicated. We conducted a survey amongst healthcare professionals in Estonia. And in total, we got 172 answers from specialists. Amongst them were doctors, nurses, lab specialists, and midwives, all of them who are very closely connected to the laboratory testing. And 90% of them said that it is a problem. And 83% of them are very interested in our solution. So if you think about a scenario when all Estonian hospitals are using TestWell, we can save the Estonian Health Information Insurance Fund up to 15 million euros per year. And developed countries combined can save up to 12 billion euros worldwide. And if we think about waste, then we can avoid generating 770,000 tons of plastic waste every year, which, by the way, is 76 Eiffel Towers of waste. So as our product is very topic or specific, then our market is focused on healthcare institutions. And we start with Estonia, which is 27 hospitals and 111 practicing clinics. And in line of the commitment of creating a technological revolution, TestWell is resolute in creating a plugin that can be established as a globally recognized solution. So, as our first presumption, we plan on generating and doing the cost of 50,000 euros for development. And by the first year, we think of creating 200,000 euros of revenue. The team here consists of 5 people who are also here and co-presented TestWell. We have a really strong background in healthcare industry and technological field. And we will also, in the future, conclude developers and system architects, as well as outsourced personnel. We plan on generating TestWell with TestWell. Thank you.
Thank you. If the other members of your team are present in this room, maybe they can come forward so that we all see them. And you can now get ready for the questions from the jury. It's yours. Do you have the mic? Yes.
Thank you for the presentation, very nice. I do understand the problem, and I do understand that you have a solution. My question is, what is the actual product? It's, as I understand, it's a piece of software that integrates with the existing IT system of the doctor, and then your software makes some kind of API call to a central database and returns the answer, and that's basically it, right?
Yes, that is exactly that. Thank you. Yep.
And have you investigated, is it feasible for you to sell this software as a sort of like an add-on or as a subscription? Or why would I not, as a doctor, have it integrated in my existing IT solution by the existing vendor?
Yes, thank you for the question. It is going to be a one-off sale, subscription fee. Actually, Isabel can tell you more about the product, the selling point, because she is our marketing officer. But yes, it does work on REST API, sending queries, posts, and gets. As long as there is a central information database having those results, it works. And we've seen it work. It does work. The code is there. We just need to put it into a nice little piece of software, like a compartment UI. But yeah, thank you.
And yes, we plan on making a one-off sale to the hospitals and the practicing clinics, as well as further on continuing with ongoing subscription fees.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So this is very nice because sometimes I need to be stitched several times a week if the doctors are just mad. So I would like that. Just the question is how to perceive all the doctors that they do not need one extra more experiment. And the second is you will use a software which needs possibly a lot of certification. Have you investigated that?
Yes. So this is technically a decision support system, which falls under the Medical Device Regulation Act. To your first question, can you repeat it, please? I couldn't hear it really well.
Well, I have several doctors, and each of them believes to another lab.
Oh, so the thing is that when you go to a lab, it will send the lab result into a central database, and all of the doctors can query into it. So it doesn't really matter where you go and get your blood work done. If the result is up there in the cloud, everybody can get access to it.
Thank you for your nice presentation. This seems like a dream world, but you mentioned in your presentation as well, we have 27 hospitals and 111 clinics. Have you actually collaborated with them already? Why would they be interested in this? Why? What's in it for them? Because we have seen in Estonia that getting even a joint registration system for appointments is very, very difficult, and it has taken years, and not still everybody is included. So what makes you think that they all want to jump on board with this idea?
So laboratory services is one of the few areas in the health industry that costs are rising. On average, 17% yearly, and this is something that the hospital has to cover themselves from their own budgets. So in a sense, the hospital wins from indirect costs from the services themselves, from reducing waste, electricity, workforce. Those are all indirect costs because what the government gives them as a budget is their own. So yeah, in all of the clinics as well, it is in an indirect cost in the first few years.
as well as because Estonia is a small country, the survey managed to go into several hospitals and clinics as well, and we got already feedback from the management boards. They are already interested in, if we develop it, they would like to use it.
Okay, thank you. Just one more question so that you could explain exactly how it works. So let's say that I am a doctor, I have a patient who has some kind of health issues, and I'm thinking of sending him or her to some medical test. So what do? I open the database and see what has been done before?
Well, so in Estonia, there's a thing called data viewer, which is a complete history of a person's medical history. But our solution is that when a doctor is ordering tests, he's not going to go back and see if the test was already done. This will check it for him, saying that, hey, can you put the next slide? That the uric acid has already been done. Do you really want to do it again?
Okay, so I see that slide, but I'm also looking at the two-pager that you have, and this is where my question comes from. This is one patient here, and the hemoglobin has been measured, but the value is very different. So me as a doctor, I won't see it. I just know it has been done, but I can't really judge if it needs to be redone in this case or not.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the doctors, we presume that the doctors have the knowledge because they have the medical training that they would know to judge it themselves whether they want to actually order the test or not. Hence, it is a support system for the doctors.
And
Okay, but they see when the test has been done and they can decide on that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry, you will have to finish it afterwards. The questions are done. Thank you very much. This was the TestWell team.